Welcome, my friends, to the Esports Company Fall Tournament 2021. My name is Bull Skunk, alongside my good friend Ocean here, and we are going to kick off the fall season with a little bit of Rocket League. I'm looking forward to this, Ocean. Looking forward to getting to know these teams and to getting to know this tournament we've got coming up.
Oh, this is really interesting because this is the first ever fall season of the Esports Company League in Pennsylvania. I believe all of these schools are from Pennsylvania in the US. As the resident Brit here, I had to figure out where Pennsylvania was and what it is, right? So that was interesting to me. But it's going to be exciting because all these teams are kind of local to each other in a sense. So there's a lot of rivalries that will begin in this season.
Absolutely. And the majority of these teams are from central Pennsylvania, central to southwest Pennsylvania. So geographically quite close to each other. And we're all learning here together. I mean, it's day one, and there's lots to learn, there's lots to get into. Let's start about talking about the league as a whole. So we've got 6 schools participating in the Rocket League tournament. This will be a 5-week group stage. followed by 3 weeks of playoffs. And I mean, each team just coming out of the gate looking to start off strong. Let's take a look at our schedule for what we have on the docket today. We've already had one audible kind of thrown at us, but we'll get into that as our opening match listed on the schedule there between Berlin Brothers Valley and Bishop Carroll. Well, that one has been postponed. We had to get that one rescheduled a bit. It will be on stream, so if you're fans of those schools, you're looking for your squads. That one is going to get aired on Thursday at 3:30 Eastern. So you'll be able to check them out then. But we're going to go ahead and just keep on trucking through our schedule today. Coming up next, we're going to have Penn Trafford taking on Somerset.
This is gonna be exciting, right? Because we can see like the Rocket League chat right now. There is a lot of personality on display for the Penn Trafford roster, right? Which is awesome. But it looks like on the Somerset side of things, it looks like we've got two brothers on the roster, Ethan and Callum Platt, Chipotle. 207 and Ethan again will be those two. They're also the same Rocket League club, so they've got a lot of camaraderie. They've called their Rocket League club POG, or at least that's the initials. So they're into their gaming.
I like it. I like it. We'll see if that camaraderie translates into synergy once we actually get on the pitch. There could be a hive mind teamwork at play here that could really give them the edge. I mean, both of these schools are fairly large schools for the area, so plenty of talent to choose from in their student body. And I expect both of these schools, I mean, just given by some preliminary numbers here as we start to learn more, to have strong showings going through our first fall season of the TEC tournament.
It's the opening day, really,
It's
right?
opening
So
day.
this is all about introducing ourselves, the broadcast talent, to the schools to you, the audience. And this is all just about learning, meeting each other, right? And then throughout the season, we'll start to build an awesome narrative on these teams. We'll get to know who these players are, a little bit more in depth, a little bit of identity about the schools, what they're all about, how their extracurricular programs work. And you know what? When I was at school, I wasn't at school for very long. And what made school for me was the extracurricular programs. I was pretty okay
Totally.
academically, but extracurricular programs made school what it is for me, and give me some good memories that I didn't really have otherwise. So this is what we're here to show today and the rest of the season. Today's all about learning.
And these teams need to learn about each other as well. We don't know if these schools, though geographically close, if they've ever gotten a chance to scrim against each other, if that is part of the school's program, or if these are these teams' first time playing against their opponents. So, particularly in game one, I anticipate we're going to have two teams kind of feeling each other out, perhaps playing a little conservatively and trying to learn each other's styles. And that becomes a big part. And I mean, speaking of games, let's go through our format here. So this is going to be a true best of three. Teams will play all three matches regardless of the results after the first two, because obviously, those individual game wins will be your tiebreaker come the end of the 5 week group stage if we have any teams with the same record. So record will be top priority as one would expect, but each of these games are going to matter. I mean, taking a 3-0 win will bode very well. I mean, that's quite different from a 2-1.
You know what? I actually think I really like this sort of format and system. One reason being, these are high school teams. These are typically going to be younger players who haven't got that much competitive experience, right? And
Right.
haven't got really the system of high school esports to actually go and compete. They'll have a pretty good system. They'll have teachers and staff helping out, right? But they won't have that experience, right? So the shorter format definitely helps these players get used to competing. It means they're not kept for long drawn periods of time, which can be quite distracting. At that sort of age, so that's really awesome to see. I think this format really accommodates for the younger players.
And I think that's a good point, and it also puts a lot of not pressure is not the right word, but importance on the coaching behind these two teams. So I want to highlight John Carlisle, who will be the coach for Penn Trafford. Then Luann Barron, I hope I pronounced that correctly, will be the coach for Somerset. And the people behind the scenes that are hurting the cats, so to speak. It's important to keep them in mind. They've got their work cut out for them, and mad respect to them for heralding these esports programs. I mean, you love to see it. Frankly, when I was in school, we didn't have competitive Rocket League. That my extracurricular activities consisted of art and music. There was no Rocket League to be had.
Yeah, when I was at school, we didn't have this either, right? I was at school a little bit ago now, right? I mean, definitely not as long as you, but sorry,
Truth.
I think I'm bringing up every broadcast, right? But yeah,
That's
we
okay.
didn't have that, right? it's great to see, right? Because esports is a growing market. It gives students who maybe don't have a chance to express themselves a chance to express themselves. I would have loved an esports program when I was in school. Now we have these sort of programs. It's awesome to see. And secondly, when I actually like left school, all I knew was esports. All it did was esports. So the actual fact that these kids have the opportunity to get into esports via their schools, honestly, if I was given this opportunity, I would have loved it.
It's amazing. And that's what TEC is all about as a whole, because there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of opportunity to pursue passions and really turn it into a career and spend your life doing something you love, and not drudging away at a job that you have absolutely zero interest in, but getting it. And there's so many different ways, so many different skills needed in esports. I mean, whether it's on the production side of things, like we're doing now, business side of things, putting together tournaments, putting together teams. There's so many different options for careers available in esports, and it's budding. And I mean, you can get college scholarships, playing
Yeah,
esports
you
now.
can.
I mean, it's awesome, and the growth has been exponential, and it's been really, really fun to be a part of.
Yeah, Collegiate Rocket League and another game's Overwatch, which is also supported by TEC, the esports company. Uh, Honestly, those collegiate programs in the US in particular, and even Canada now, and starting to build up in the UK, you could get like some pretty awesome benefits by playing Overwatch and Rocket League for colleges in the future. So it's definitely a skill that you might want to look at when you're applying for those sort of colleges. Also, just while we're kind of introducing ourselves and introducing the esports world to these high schools, if even parents or schools want to know anything about esports, I own an esports organization. I've been involved in production for about 2, 3 years. I would like to help as much as I can. You, of course, can see Twitter, right? You can see my Twitter, so you could go and contact me. So, honestly, we could show the entire esports experience to this small state. Well, actually, it's quite a big state of Pennsylvania.
And clearly, it's something we're very passionate about as well. So that it's definitely, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We love talking to our community. It's the communities are so wonderful and so tight knit. It's part of what makes esports so special. And here we go. We're gonna get on into the pitch. Kickoff is underway, and we got Penn Trafford in green, representing the green and gold here today. On the other side, Somerset in orange and black. We see just a little battle over midfield as these teams kind of start to fill each other out. Nice rotation, a bit of clearing, and a bit of battle for possession right now. No team with a clear edge so far.
Teams seem quite comfortable in the air. That's not something you usually see right off the bat. In high school esports, usually you'll see teams get more comfortable in the air as the kind of the season goes on and the series goes on. But both teams looking quite strong here so far.
I liked that aggressive play there from PK Dill, aka Dylan. Not just sitting back and waiting for the shot and trying to react to it, but getting aggressive, winning the 50, and keeping in the ball out from in front of the net. And it's keeping us at a tie game after the opening minute here of the fall tournament.
Yeah, PK Dale was the player I said had a lot of personality, and they have a lot of personality in their play as well. You can see that come to front. They're very aggressive. They like to try and show off some of their mechanics. They're having some great fun out here in the Esports Company tournament.
Ball bouncing dangerously in front of the Penn Trafford net. Ethan's going to bounce it off the wall, try to maintain possession. And gets a lucky bounce and save. It's not a hard play yet. Joe Dirt able to put it home and score the very first goal of the season. All initiated by a great play early. Nice finish from Joe Dirt.
I'm excited by both these teams right at the start, right? They both look pretty comfortable. They both look really aggressive. And aggressive Rocket League teams at the high school level are always so fun to watch, because then you get to see the true personalities of the players come to the front. That was awesome, right? Bounced off the wall. Tizzy Wizzy was ready for that.
And striking right back. I mean, that's how you answer. Just right off the kickoff. Yeah, I hate those bounces. Those bounces that just fly 45-degree angles off the kickoff. So hard to deal with. Great follow-up from Tizzy, able to put it home. And here we go. Somerset answered right back, trying to get aggressive with it. Clear comes through, and we're going to get a little battle in the corner. Ball pops up. Ethan there to deny the follow-up on that one. We're going to get double commit from the Platt brothers. Chipotle passing it down. Ethan not quite able to find the angles. The ball got deflected out of the net.
Yeah, that's not most good calling them the Platt brothers. That's their surnames, right? Just they're not platinum players. I can definitely tell via the gameplay. But all players looking comfortable so far. I actually really like the build-up that we're seeing from Somerset. A lot of passing plays. I think I like also the chaotic style that we're seeing from Penn Trafford. Two very different styles. One's very coordinated. One's very chaotic.
Absolutely. And we were anticipating that coordination coming out of Somerset. So far, it's netted him a goal as we approach the halfway mark. Demo there. Opportunity here for a bit of a power play driving in. Oh, but the return is right. Is able to answer. Oh, we're getting physical now. These teams are starting to feel the rhythm. You can see them starting to loosen up. Nice shot. Even better save for PK Dill.
Yeah, Piquet was positioned really well. Now, that was really good defensive rotation to make sure they're able to come back because that was a really good shot from Joe there.
Joder easily deflecting that one. I like how aggressive our teams are getting. I mean, they're putting it on net. They're making each team work for those saves. And there's another good one there. As Joe Dirt's able to put one on. All right, get that save, or rather that is. Now driving it downfield, push it back into the corner. PK Dill trying to wrestle it out, but can't quite get it out of the green zone. Tizzy there, back them up. Chipotle's got to chase it back to midfield, but in a 3v1 on that left-hand side, a triple commit.
Oh.
Pitt Trafford needed that one to go. There's an opportunity for one in the transition here. The Somerset are taking it back the other way. It's up. Joe Dirt can't quite get it down off the top. And here we go back the other way.
Yeah, that was a really difficult touch for Joe Dirt. Joe Dirt maybe should have been a little bit less aggressive coming in there, tried to slow down, and then drop it down for a teammate. I think they wanted to go for goal. You can't really blame them for that, but honestly, it was a really difficult read, so I probably would have made the same mistake.
I'm a little bit worried with Penn Trafford. They're kind of bunching up a little bit. They're staying all grouped up. Oh my goodness! The save came through, but Tizzy Wizzy able to get the stuff and dunk it home.
I think it was an own goal, Boscon. Yeah.
Oh,
that's so unlucky. Oh,
I
so
thought Tizzy might have got the double tap after Joe Dirt hit it with the roof, but no. Joe Dirt just couldn't quite get the angle.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate for they've actually played great Rocket League so far, but Penn Trafford, right? The chaotic style. I mean, that's what chaos can do at times to a team.
And it's giving them the 2-1 lead with only 45 seconds left. Joe Dirt trying to work her way down the field, but the rotations are there. Chipotle coming in, bouncing it out of the corner. Go to the other side. Joe Dirt has to try to chase it down. Here come two. Penn Trafford going to find that clear. Ethan there to receive it. Can't quite get it back out of harm's way. It's going to drop into possession of Penn Trafford. Pushing it over to the wall, but there was nobody there but Joe Dirt waiting for it, and Joe Dirt has an opportunity with 20 seconds remaining. Pass over to Ethan. Drop it back to Chipotle. Ball bouncing dangerously in front of the net. The defense is able to come out, clear it from out front with only 12 seconds remaining. Bounce off the top, looking for the rebound. Can't quite get it. Is Joe Dirt with the aggressive play able to slow that down? They need a goal right now if they want to try to tie this up, and it's not going to happen. Penn Trafford, winner opening game of the fall season.
Yeah, that was a really good opening game, right? Because these are two very different teams, but they're both very even and forward. Like I actually thought on the other side of things, I thought Somerset were a lot better in possession. They were making a lot more passes. Some of their shots were extremely accurate. So in possession, they looked really, really comfortable. I think the only reason they actually conceded two was because of how chaotic Penn Trafford were making the game, right? You think about the two goals, that unfortunate own goal from Joe Dirt after a couple of deflections in there, and a really awkward bounce off the corner that Ethan struggled to read. I mean, I definitely wouldn't have read that, right? I don't think you would have either.
No.
I don't think anyone would have, unless they were a top player who's played the game a lot. But both these teams look strong, different clash of styles. Penn Trafford forced some mistakes with their chaotic style. I would like to see Penn Trafford try to keep the ball a little bit more, right? When they're trying to build up attacks after they make a save, try and keep the ball, get a couple of passes in. I think that would look a lot better for them. But Somerset, they look great on the ball. And you know what? They were really unfortunate actually to lose that round.
I couldn't agree more. It's an excellent assessment. I mean, it's a slow control pace versus a dump and chase kind of fast paced chaotic style. And Penn Trafford, a lot of the big clears, they just land right back in Somerset's possession. They're able to slow it down, work it upfield, find the passes. Unfortunately, it did not result in as many shots or goal. They were down 5-9 in shots there in game one. And just a reminder, this is a best of three. So Penn Trafford could take the series here in game two, though we will still play game three no matter the result.
So this is going to be really interesting, right? And you know what I actually really like is I could tell when we were going to get a chaotic style from Penn Trafford based on the personalities we were seeing just before the game actually started.
Oh, I mean, just that setup right there with Chipotle leaving the pass, Joe Dirt coming over the top with a nice shot. A beautiful setup. The fence is strong and the holes for Penn Trafford, and now they're trying to work it the other way, see if they can get one on the counter punch. They're gonna find the double demo. There's a big opportunity. Ryan going up top. Tizzy was waiting in the middle, and it's PK Dill coming across and slamming it home.
And you know what can make this chaotic style even better, Bosco? Some demos.
Demos.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of those demos, right? And there was a double demo coming back on rotation, so they were coming back to the Fed, and they actually saw two players on Somerset and were able to demo them. And I mean, demos are a very chaotic part of Rocket League. So if you work that in your chaotic style, that's definitely going to help Penn Trafford.
Very physical play. It opened up the 3v1, and Penn Trafford able to capitalize. And now the Warriors in green and gold have a 1-0 lead in game two and a 1-0 lead in the series. Ball bouncing dangerously in front of their net. Double defense, they're able to deflect that shot. And the follow-up is not them. Lucky for them. They left a little bit of an opening. Maybe something that Somerset could exploit here in the future as they continue to put pressure on. A lot of balls bouncing around the net, but nothing quite landing square.
A lot of shots just going off the backboard there. I think maybe their setup for the aerial wasn't quite right. I think realistically, you might expect to score some of those chances. That was a really good save from Joe Dirt.
Yeah, especially with Tizzy coming in to try to dunk it back home. Ethan with an opportunity.
What?
Tizzy comes in hot and fast, able to push it wide. What a save.
Tizzy made the save, and then it bounced off, I think, another player for Penn Trafford, and that ended up in an even better clearance. And that's a nice demo coming back on rotation.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of physical play from this chaotic squad. Oh, Ethan with a great save in the top right corner. Perfectly placed shot. Ethan all over it and able to keep the deficit to a mere 1 goal. That one was looking dangerous, but the pressure's not done. PK Dill trying to slam one home. That one sent awry. Ethan up top, able to get the clear. And it's that comfortability in the air that you were referring to earlier. Really serving him well. Ethan with a shot off the backboard. Trying to set something up, but it gets knocked all the way to the far corner in the black zone.
This is getting interesting, right? Because Penn Trafford, they're 1-0 up, right? With the chaotic style, right? It makes it hard for Somerset to build anything up, and they need a goal right now.
I can't help but feel that is part of their style. They kind of get the ball roll, get that snowball going down the hill, and gain more momentum as they continue to put shots and shots on. But Penn Trafford aren't letting that happen. They're not letting that snowball get rolling. They keep smashing it before it has a chance to build up any speed. And right now, it's been Somerset on the defensive for the past 30, 45 seconds. They finally got possession. Sending two into the corner. Bouncing out of the corner. Joder's not going to get the shots. It's going to be Ethan there, but all three players are now bunched up against the wall. There's nobody in mid to receive a pass or follow up on this, and it just becomes a scrum in the corner.
That's a good pass to the Joder. Oh, that's so unlucky. The bump from PK Dill makes that so awkward, and that's going to be a goal. Wow. That bump is
impressive
awesome.
Work. The physical play. Dribbles it all the way down and beats two in the end. PK Dill with my favorite goal so far.
And that was, in particular, extremely awesome. And do you know what's great about that? Like, they've got Hey, the esports company, in their bio, and they just essentially said hello to the entire world with that sort of play.
That was a big, hearty hello. We did get an update in just now. To correct, we are actually going to do a best of 5. So just updating you there, and it's good news here for Somerset as they're looking to make their comeback, and that's a good start as Chipotle is able to put one home with a nice setup from Ethan.
Those were two nice real setups off the backboard, right? And eventually you finally get the nice coordinated shot and goal. I would like them to see them take more shots, right? I feel like some of their plays, they just rely too much on the backboard. Just get a shot on goal. Try and put Penn Trafford under pressure.
Well, They're trying to put the pressure on now. Ethan with the shot that was going to go high and wide. Back into the corner. Joe Dirt looking to keep it in, but no, gets beat. Chipotle stops it at midfield. 50 just kind of rolls out in the neutral. And it's a battle for possession right now. Ethan's going to win that battle. Push it off the wall. Chipotle with a great angle. Oh my goodness. What a redirect. Dropping it right in the middle. Tying up this game.
You were right earlier when you were kind of hinting that Somerset might try to get a snowball going, right? They finally got a goal. They finally got a couple shots. And they have actually started building a snowball, right? Snowball, of course, is when you roll a snowball down a hill. That's a really good save, by the way. When you roll a snowball down a hill, it gathers up snow and picks up speed and momentum. And that's exactly what Somerset are looking to do. Pick up some speed and momentum, get loads of shots. And now Penn Trafford's chaotic style has kind of gone to rest for a bit.
Oh, you could feel the winds have shifted in this match, at least in game 2. And there it is. I mean, the demo coming through. Somerset getting more physical. That great save we saw earlier. That ball was 3/4 of the way in the net. Like, that was the last possible second save. As he thought they saw an opening, but the door was quickly slammed on that opportunity. And now the ball's in the corner. And look at these rotations. Penn Trafford are falling back. They're not fighting in the corner like they were before. I think Somerset really have started to turn the tide. 15 seconds left. 2-2 in game 2 in this first of 3 series. Joe Dirt off the wall is going to keep the ball from dropping it in front of the net in the dwindling seconds. PK Dill trying to set something up in the middle. Is going to try to take it in themselves. Shot up high is going to bounce off the top. Rebound. Sent wide. Ball still up in the air. Opportunity left for Penn Trafford. And they're just going to go ahead and slam it down. Golden goal time, Ocean.
Good clearance at the back from, I think, Somerset, which enabled them really to stop any sort of Penn Trafford chances. Oh, good setup off the kickoff. I'm not sure why Penn Trafford give them so much space there. I think they're kind of leaning away from their style.
Yeah, it's that momentum. I mean, I feel like they got punched in the mouth a little bit, and suddenly they're feeling a little tentative. But here's PK Dill looking to steal that momentum right back. Joe Dirt finds the save on that one, and then finds the demo on his hizzy. Could be an opportunity, but the pressure relief valve hit by PK Dill. They take it into the corner, looking for a follow-up shot, but Ethan says no.
Wait, shot as well.
Ethan on the transition. Oh my, we are tied up, Ocean.
Wow. When this Somerset team gets going, they are very difficult to handle. I mean, maybe you could criticize a bit of the defending there, but honestly, not really. I think, really, Ethan on transition knows exactly where to put that. They knew exactly where to put that ball. There were players from Penn Trafford rotating back. It was going to be always a little bit awkward for them. It's a really good shot. Extremely difficult for Penn Trafford there. Well played by Somerset, in all fairness. And we have a tied series.
Oh, wow, what a way to start off our fall season. This has been a fantastic opener. And I do want to go back and clarify on our format here as words come down. It's day 1. Again, we're all learning, friends. So forgive us for that one, but it is going to be a 1st to 3 series. So we'll play all 5 if necessary. It's looking like they might be if the teams keep this up, Ocean.
Yeah, 100%. I actually really like this matchup of these teams. Again, we talked about it already. Very unique styles, and honestly, both very valid styles in Rocket League, right? You know, when we actually look at like top-level Collegiate and top-level Rocket League, you'll see this matchup happen in our LCS, for example. You'll see a chaotic team versus a more controlled team a lot, right? So
Absolutely.
The fact that we're seeing this in like a smaller collegiate league in the US, I'm very excited.
High school league.
Yeah, you're right. Even better.
Yeah, even more impressive. All right, we're getting ready for game 3. Let's see if Somerset can keep this momentum rolling. We talked about the wind shifting, and that it seems to be going in favor of the Eagles right now out of Somerset, Pennsylvania. But they need a strong start here. I can't help but feel Penn Trafford can turn it all around if they just get aggressive and stop feeling so tentative. They look like they just kind of fell on the back foot. They suffered 1 goal, and suddenly their entire style not got shut down, but they seem to be questioning their own style. And they were doing it so well for the first 7 minutes and 30 seconds of gameplay.
I agree with that sentiment, right? And I think it might be because that goal from Somerset was really well calculated, a couple plays off the backboard and a really strong finish. And it might be the nature of the goal that Somerset scored.
Oh, Rye just over anticipated that one a little bit. It was a golden opportunity, and Rye just jumped the gun a touch early. And now a ball in the green half. And it's going to be Chipotle. Oh, bounces up top. Ethan able to finish it off. 1-0 lead for Somerset. They're keeping that momentum in their favor.
Yeah, Ethan kind of avenging Chipotle, the brothers, kind of teaming up for that goal. Right, yeah, Chipotle would not have been happy to miss that one, and Ethan comes right back in.
What are brothers for? I mean, like that's just brothers looking out for each other. This is that synergy we were talking about. Here from Ethan and Caleb Platt on the battlefield, Chipotle and Ethan respectively. And make no mistake, friends, this is a battle. This is a battle.
What if they hit diamonds? Do they have to change the center?
That's a good question. It's questions will be posed here. Right, trying to set something up, but Joe Dirt doesn't even let the rebound happen on that one. Ethan looking for the clear, blocked by PK Dill. And Penn Trafford looking to find some rhythm here in game 3. See if they can get something going. They will go ahead and send 2 back and give up. And that offense still might not be enough to prevent the transition. Blocked from up top. No rebound just yet. The pressure's still coming in. Joe Dirt doesn't get a quality touch, and it's going to deflect wide. Maybe that was calculated. Ethan is there. Looked like a missed touch in the beginning, but hey, might have been just a back pass.
It was awkward to begin with, and I think there might have been like a last-second change on what the idea was. It worked out, but maybe that could be cited as a weakness later on. That's a nice shot.
Nice shot, even better save from Ethan. Able to read the air save beautifully. Get the timing just right on the hover. And it's kind of neutralized here as far as I feel like no team really has the edge over the last 60 seconds. We're watching Penn Trafford really try to get that aggression back. And, I mean, so far they're keeping Somerset a little on their toes. Somerset's not able to quite put together the offense like we saw in the back half of game 2. And then there's the demos. That's more we're looking to see from Penn Trafford. It's going to result in a tying goal.
Somerset have adjusted really well to this chaotic style. They've been moving around the map a lot more, and that's helped them a lot. However, not quite enough. Penn Trafford finally get that demo, finally get that opening that they're looking for, and it's 1-1.
1-1 in the series, 1-1 in game 3. These teams are neck and neck so far. Just going punch for punch, blow for blow. Penn Trafford looking to tilt the balance, pass in the middle. Chipotle's going to send it right back into the corner. PK Dill can't quite make good contact, and Ethan's going to come in with the clear. Trying to take it midfield, but loses the 50 in the air. Dirt's there to send it back down. And we're just going to get a little volley back and forth in the dump and chase. PK Dill is able to get contact there, but the follow-up is not quite in time from Rye.
For sure, Ethan almost sending it in towards the back post. Just couldn't quite get that far. That just kind of ran out of boost there. That would have been an awesome touch and probably a goal if I got that right.
Ooh, speaking of awesome touches and goals. I did not see that one coming. What a difficult angle. Look at PK Dill coming through the air, able to get that just little touch at the end to flick the back end and slam that down. Oh my goodness, what a high skill shot.
That was kind of cool. That's going on the highlight reel later on. Right? That was a very nice goal from PK Dill.
Oh, and then Ethan coming through and preventing another one. PK Dill starting to really find their stride here. And this could be dangerous for Somerset. It basically should be looking at a 3-1 after that fantastic save. PK Dill might just still turn it that way. Chipotle coming in, able to knock the ball away. Joe Dirt pushes it in the air, denies any kind of buildup in the offensive end, at least in the black zone. Joe Dirt now sending it into the green half, pushes it in front of the net, but Rye is able to send it, well, awry.
In field. No one quite there. Always went into PK Dill. PK Dill's had a really good game round so far, right? Not even series, but this round in particular, like they have been excellent.
Truly excellent. And now, it's got to make Somerset think twice about the rotations. They can't stay aggressive. They got to keep somebody marked on PK Dill on either end of the zone. They're just going to drive it down, beat 2 defenders like that, beat 3 defenders. Whoa, Chipotle able to rotate around and prevent the slam from Rye. Oh my goodness, what a hero play from PK Dill. Almost single-handedly created a goal on that one. That was fantastic.
Yeah, he's done it a couple times in this series, right? The goal in the last game as well, the first one, I believe, where they made the bump and they're just trying to dribble it through. Lots of moments of individual brilliance from Dylan. And for Somerset, I want to see them get back into this. I think the way to do it is more shots. Yes, they're really controlling possession, but I want to see them put the goalkeeper and the defense under pressure from the side of Penn Trafford.
Joe going to lose that 50. The ball bounces right at midfield. Chipotle can't quite wrestle it down. Does eventually make its way into the corner. Picadillo with some wonderful positioning, able to just stop and deflect the ball so it doesn't bounce in dangerous position. Now challenging Dirt. Dirt's going to wait for it, does get the save. Sends it back into the corner, and you feel Somerset starting to turtle up in the final seconds. But they need to get aggressive. They got to turn this. They need to get it in the air to create an opportunity to tie the game. They cannot. Penn Trafford walk away with game 3.
It's the one match point for this series. If they take the next round, they will be walking away with 3-1 winners. This game is so even. Right, I think, yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say your point about the shots. It's reflected here. In game 2, the game that Somerset were able to win, they put up 9 shots versus 5 in game 1 and then 2 there in game 3. They were just not allowed to turn that possession into shots on goal.
I mean, yeah, because they have more of the ball, definitely. I think,
Absolutely.
honestly, a big amount. It was probably 3 minutes to 2 minutes, each team on the ball, right?
Oh,
Like,
the
an
eye
entire
test, I
minute
agree with
more.
that, yeah.
Like, by an entire minute more, you should be getting more shots away.
More than 2, that's for sure. But that, it just speaks to Penn Trafford's aggression in their defense, and they really got it back there in game 3. And I feel like this is Penn Trafford's series to lose at this point. Somerset need to really step up and just turn the aggression up a little bit. Turn that possession into more pressure. That's the best way I know how to phrase that.
Just more shots, right? More goals
Yeah.
is another way to put it.
Hey, it's going to result in more goals, that's for sure. Hey, and that's a strong start right there, Ethan. Able to put one home. All 3 players get involved. That's exactly what we wanted to see from Somerset. Starting off strong in game 4.
You watching the cast? Or is this just a telepathic thing between us and them?
They heard us, Ocean. They heard us.
I mean, they must have. That was a really, really good approach from them. They got 2 shots away in that play, which is the exact same amount as they got in the last match.
Well, they know it too. They saw that amount of shots they had. They know the possession they had. They know that they weren't converting that well enough. But hey, you can't give up opportunities on the defense either. That ball bounced just wide. The rebound's gonna bounce off the far post. Bounces to the black half. Joe Dirt, a bit of a tussle right now. Bounces out to Ethan. Ethan's gonna lose the 50 and their car. And here comes the other way. Tizzy with an opportunity. Sent wide by Ethan and Chipotle with the pressure release valve of a demo.
Well, that's an awkward touch.
Ooh, you saw both Ethan and Joe Dirt desperately diving forward to prevent that opportunity, sensing how dangerous that was. Uh-oh, this is an opportunity for midfield. Ethan will make it there in time.
Yeah, but all players are caught out of position. But the ball's going to come in the center here. The good clearance away from Ethan.
Triple in the middle. Well, he gets a touch. Ethan's trying to follow up, but Rye just doing a great job of stuffing both of them in midfield. Tizzy's able to push it down, and here comes more aggression from Penn Trafford. Into the corner. Rye's able to beat out one. Here comes PK Dill over the top. Has an opportunity, taking it through the air. Ethan Reed's able to stick with it and send it away. Keep it to only a 1-go back. Ooh. I thought PK Dill was about to increase that lead to 2.
PK Dill has been so good in their series, right? They've got so much personality in their play. We just love to see that sort of thing. And here they are again. They're getting off the wall, looking to put it into the middle here. Hasn't quite come to anything.
No, the ball didn't quite go far enough out, so Rye had to cut left, which didn't leave the angle. Now Joe Dirt trying to go back the other way, but Rye is there to challenge. Dizzy Wizzy taking to the sky. Ethan with another great defensive play. Ethan has been so good on the back half of the field and keeping these leads manageable. Speaking of, there comes PK Dill surging across, able to find a big save of their own. Ethan taking it into the corner. PK Dill goes to challenge. Ethan wins it a bit, and ball's going to bounce up into the middle. Chipotle with a shot, but doesn't get enough on it, and Tizzy Wizzy's able to send it wide.
like Somerset get more chances after they kind of defended. They're coming back, they're counter-attacking, and they're kind of catching them on transition. I think the reason is because they can pass it out of their own half, whereas at Trafford, they try to have PK Dill that kind of dribble it out of their own half and create chances that way. And I'm not sure I like that approach.
Yeah, it's either PK Dill taking possession of it or just giant clears and looking for the dump and chase into the corners. As opposed to the more controlled short passes coming out of Somerset. Oh man, another good opportunity there. And I mean, they are getting more shots on. They're doing exactly what they need to keep pressure going, and they're still maintaining this 1-0 lead as we're down to minute 45 left. Right on the attack, doesn't find the connection they're looking for. Big shot off the backboard, but the rest of Penn Trafford were in transition, no follow up, and it bounces all the way back down into the green corner.
Oh. Bring this out relief wrong.
Ethan with a huge clear there. Joe Dirt is stuck in the green half, perhaps doing a little cherry picking down there. And the ball does make it over. Ethan gonna slow put one in the air, hoping Joe Dirt can follow up, but Rye is there to greet them and wins the 50 on that one. Chipotle with a decent touch, just trying to wrestle possession of the ball back into Somerset. See if they can keep control for this last 65 seconds and send us to that game 5. Ball bouncing down in front of the net. Rye's going to chase it into the corner alongside Ethan. Chipotle there as well. They're kind of losing this scrim in the corner. Tizzy Weezy able to get a nice touch on the ball as it goes dangerously up in the air. Rye puts it off the backboard. Joe Dirt, as the rest of Somerset were in an awkward position, all off goal. They're able to force the ball over. As Penn Trafford can't get to the shot, but it's PK Dill coming through yet again to keep Penn Trafford in this game 4.
Great set? Nah, I don't think he did. But it was still awesome anyways. It's a really good shot. It's really calculated. I was going to make the point for Penn Trafford. I don't think we've seen a demo from them this round, or at least not an impactful demo from them. That seems to have gone away from their game. It's lucky that they kind of had PK Dill have a moment of magic because they're starting to lose their style. I think I would like to see more demos again from them.
It would be funny you mentioned them. They're able to get one there off the opening face-off. Ethan returns the favor as the ball slow bounces to Joe Dirt. Joe Dirt wants to put one up in front of the net, see if Ethan can get a follow-up. There's 2 defenders there to beat, and Ethan can't quite turn it into a goal. Dizzy Wizzy doing something similar on the other side, puts it off the top. Chipotle's going to send it wide, not letting anybody get close. Battle for the middle, and it's looking like this one might be going to overtime. Unless Joe Dirt can get the touch here. No, the defense is there. Well, they're trying to keep it up in the air, but it's not going to be for long. We're going to overtime for game 4. Penn Trafford on match point.
This is going to be interesting. What happens off this kickoff? That's awkward.
Oh, Tizzy! Oh my goodness, it took all of 6 seconds. Rye wins the face-off. Just an unfortunate bounce out of the corner. Tizzy in the perfect position to capitalize and beats Chipotle on the near side. Penn Trafford win the first series of the fall 2021 season 3-1 after a great comeback in game 4.
You know, I'm kind of known as like the necessary evil of broadcast talent, but I'm not going to be evil there. I'm not going to call that a mistake. I only sympathize with Joe Dirt right now. We just had an awesome series. The first high school series I've ever seen in Pennsylvania, and it's that good. I'm extremely excited. That's a really awkward touch off the corners. Corners in Rocket League, we all know how unpredictable they can be. That's so unfortunate for Joe Dirt to lose the series in overtime to like an unfortunate mistake like that. I can only sympathize with the Somerset squad right now.
Oh my goodness. Hey, if you're Penn Trafford, you take those. I mean, that is just the way that ball bounces. And it was really off the face-off. It was that aggression and just moving right off the face-off. Got there the split-second center, and it ended up being the difference maker with a 6-second goal in overtime. Congrats to Penn Trafford for winning our first ever Rocket League match for a fall season here at the Esports Company Fall Tournament 2021. Well, that's game 2 in the books. Again, game 1 got rescheduled. We got one more coming up in just a few. We're going to take a short break. When we return, it's Salisbury Elk Lake taking on Forest Hills. They'll stick around for more TEC Rocket League.
ATO.
Liftoff of mission 41D, the first flight in the orbit of Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
Three, two, one, zero, zero, and liftoff.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
We are here with game number 3 in our opening week of the Esports Company Fall Tournament, featuring high school teams from around Pennsylvania. This one, Salisbury, Elk Lick. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I tripped over that. Versus Forest Hills. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. That was rough start, Ocean. Rough start.
Wait, Elclick. I mean, that is a bit of a
Elclick.
tongue twister, isn't
It
it?
is a bit of a tongue twister.
I mean, we're learning these teams, they're learning us, we're learning how
Exactly.
to say Elclick, right?
There you
An
go.
extremely fast cast about it. And this is sort of our introductory week to the Esports Company Pennsylvania League. We get to learn these teams, we get to learn their styles in Rocket League, we get to learn about the players, you get to learn about us, we get to learn about our audience and you. So this is exactly what we're looking for today.
It's a big learning experience. And as I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, I think most importantly, the teams are learning about each other. We had two very distinct styles in our last match with Penn Trafford taking on Somerset. Penn Trafford taking that one 3-1. And now here for our final Rocket League match of the day, at least, not for the week. We will have the rescheduled match on Thursday that I brought up earlier. That's going to be Berlin Brothers Valley taking on Bishop Carroll. So if you're looking for those schools, that match has been rescheduled for Thursday at 3:30 Eastern. But right now, let's focus on the here and now. Two of the smaller schools in our tournament, out of our 6 teams competing in this 5-week round robin, looking to go to our playoffs.
Percent. And in the last game, we saw a very impressive level of Rocket League. Like, when were kind of contracted to this event, I wasn't really expecting too much because I've cast a bit of high school esports in the past, and it's been very mixed level of Rocket League. Tell you what, Pennsylvania's got game. Pennsylvania's got a lot of game based on that first series.
I'd have to agree. And these two teams are looking to keep the pride of the state going. Salisbury Oak is our smallest school in the competition, at least on the Rocket League side of things. Population 109 for the entire school, and that is it ranges from 7th to 12th grade, if I'm remembering correctly. So it's a very small student body to choose from. I'm anxious to see if they bring quality over quantity as they enter this competition. Forest Hill is not a whole lot bigger. Coming out of Sidman, Pennsylvania, we're looking at a population of 450 in that school, so kind of mid range for the schools that we have competing here.
Yeah, so what I sort of note on that is, yeah, you don't have as many players to pick from, and you might not have that talent naturally available. But because you're a smaller school, you could have not as many pupils or whatever. You could actually, pupils or students or whatever you want to call them. I don't know if what the US term is for. I think it's just students in the US, but
It's students,
moving on.
yeah.
Yeah, we say pupils over here, like kind of like the I. Right,
Yeah.
so moving on.
No, we know what pupils means, all right? Like it's not completely foreign to us. It's not like putting you in the word color or anything.
Well, I mean, that's what everyone else does. You guys have this weird. Right, moving on, I go back to the traditional point. Is since these schools are smaller and they have these esports programs, they can put a lot of resources into that esports program. So we
Right.
could see a surprise amount of quality. I might not expect as much from these smaller schools as, say, Penn Trafford or Somerset. But what we could see is that they have a lot of resources to give their esports program, and maybe that develops further forward.
And maybe even some tighter synergy and some school support. When you have a smaller group, they tend to rally that much harder and support each other that much fervently. Never mind. Intensely.
Yeah, that's better. Wish.
That's yeah. We'll go with that. So hey, there's pluses and minuses. Back to the point. There's pluses and minuses to both ends of things. I'm anxious to learn more and see how they perform on the pitch.
Yeah, this is exciting. Again, this is more of a learning experience. We get to learn about these teams, and you know what? That's going to help us in further weeks bring the best coverage to you possible, so that you get to learn about the teams get to express themselves in the best way possible. Because this is like broadcasted globally, right? When you're competing like your traditional sports at high school level, right? That isn't broadcasted globally, is it? Right? Whereas esports is, and I think that's something very unique.
Very unique indeed. Put your skills to the test and show the world what you got. As we are going to get Salisbury Elclick in the blue. And, well, it's Vaco. Out of the team from Forest Hills, the Rangers opening up strong in the first 9 seconds with our opening goal with a nice pass. And Vaco able to put that one home.
I think the pass in is great. It puts the ball in a really dangerous area, makes it really tricky to deal with. Even if you get a touch, you still have to worry about other players coming in. And that's exactly what happened. There was a defensive touch there from Salisbury, and it just kind of points us right back to Forest Hill. Very unfortunate, I guess. Also, it's a really good ball in to actually cause that sort of chaos.
Oh, and another great pass. Oh, Mega just barely misses up on the follow through. Dark D's going to get the touch. And right now, Salisbury are looking a little bit on the back foot. Mega is going to take advantage and finds themselves an easy shot in from that right-hand side.
They look a bit
Oh,
nervous, don't you think? Also, they're on the
yeah, I
back foot.
agree.
They look very defensive. They look afraid to make plays, and I think that means they're kind of adopting a reactive play style. And the problem with any game, if you're playing a reactive play style, your opponents are always kind of deciding what tempo you're playing at, and that means you're always on the back foot, and that's never good when you're kind of starting off. And conceding 2 goals early really isn't going to help their confidence.
Oh, as we see all three players kind of stuck in the corner, which means nobody's in net. Echo is able to come across and prevent that lead from getting any worse against Salisbury. They're able to push it down to the yellow half, but can't quite maintain possession. Mega's going to push it back down. Fighting with Echo right now is going to beat them and pick up that third goal.
Oh, even if they lose this first match, I would like for the rest of these 3 minutes, right? 3 goal deficit, quite hard to deal with. I'm not going to say this one's over. Or I would like to see them play with a little bit more confidence. Just try and make some plays, try and make something happen. Because if they can build up that confidence, that means the rest of the series it's possible to win. But right now, you don't see anything from this roster that's going to tell you we're here to go and win this game. And that's just not because they're playing poorly. It's just not really doing anything.
And like you said, may just be a little bit of nerves. Perhaps be first time competing. And so it's day one, game one for this team. So perhaps we'll get to see them kind of come into their own a little bit as time goes on. Right now, they do seem to be kind of struggling to find their footing a little bit. Let's see what they can do on this attack. Dark D able to push it to the middle over to Echo. Echo doesn't have any boost to chase it down. Baco's going to come steal possession. Pass it over to Mega. Mega is going to tip it up off the top. Follow-up shot from Hot Shot. Goes left. Baco with the follow-up. That one bounces off the post. 2 opportunities missed for Forest Hills. Salisbury dodging a bullet there, but they're not out of it yet. The ball bounces in front of the net. Oh, and Hot Shot's able to push it home with the slow roller. That one hurts. That one hurts.
Shifting over to Forest Hill, they scored 4 goals so far, but they've had a lot more shots. They probably should have scored more with the amount of opportunities they've had. And I think, just based on what we saw in the last series, they want to compete against Penn Trafford, they want to compete against Somerset. They're going to need to score these opportunities when they have them. And that's a better start.
Baco will get one right off the face-off. Hot Shot wins that just barely. Beating who was that? That was Dark D to the ball. Just made for an easy follow-up. 5-0 as we approach the halfway mark of game one. Hotshot's going to win this face-off once again. Mega going to be the one to chase this one down. Pushes it into the middle. Nice deflection. Keeps it out in front of the net, but Hotshot steals it. Goes up for it. Bounces off the post. Echo's able to come out and get the ball and see if they can create opportunity. Grabs the Mega boost. Takes it into the corner. Salisbury looking for something to happen on this end, but they lose Dark D on the attack. A great demo there from Mega, who's going to take it down. Hot Shot puts that shot high, and it's going to bounce into the corner.
Just to kind of talk about this match, I do want to see Salisbury develop in this series, but also just throughout the season. I think that's something to keep an eye on, right? They're definitely struggling right now, but let's watch how they develop this season.
Mega with a nice little touch there, able to change the momentum and just kind of swing the car and get that little touch to send the ball left. That's going to get the hat trick from Mega in this series. But back to your point, I agree completely. There's so much room for growth from these teams, and Salisbury in particular. And I don't think it'll take them long. You get these early stages of growth. You seem to see, drastic results rather quickly. And it's important to not feel discouraged and to just keep trying to develop their play style and learn as they go. Clearly going up against a talented squad here in Forest Hills as Hot Shot's able to put the 7th goal on the board here in game one.
I think that's something like the teachers or whatever and their sort of back-end staff for the Esport program need to help them with, right? This is looking really rough for them right now. They're struggling to show what they got. They showed some to Brightness about 40 seconds ago, the 2.5-minute mark. They got the ball into the Forest Hill half. They got a good shot on goal. There's some signs that they could do something later on, but for now, it's not looking too great for them.
No, I mean, can't help but feel that they're looking a little discouraged here early. As we didn't see any real challenge on that ball. Yeah, I'd like to see Winter get up in the air and at least make an attempt at it. Maybe didn't have the boost. And sometimes that happens, but it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much to turn it around. I mean, it's a game of milliseconds here, and you get a little bit more confident, a little bit more jump on the ball, then you get possession, you can start turning that into shots, and those shots will result in goals eventually. Speaking of goals, we're gonna get to see a nice little 1-2 from Hot Shot to Vaco on that one.
Yeah, Vaco has had a really good game. Like, there were some really good passes, some good shots. Tends to prefer getting a shot off over playing it onto the back four or playing a ball in. I like what I saw from Vaco so far.
Oh my goodness. There you go. Perfectly put on display as you say it. That shot off the wall. The read on that angle jumps at just the right moment to push it into the top left corner. That's Vaco's 4th goal of the game. And these 10 goals are very evenly distributed. All 3 players from Forest Hills currently have hat tricks. Vaco's got the 4th there to make it 10-0 here in game 3 of our opening week. Is going to put up the 5th.
Wow, from Vaco. I really like the look of this player. I really, really do. It looks like, just based on what we can see on screen, he's the 1 goal tournament winner that I have a bit of a lower rank. But I'll tell you what, probably a little bit higher in terms of skill level. They look to be the main player driving this Forest Hill team forward. Vaco is a name we're going to look out for throughout the entirety of this season.
Absolutely, a budding star, no doubt. Here at the TEC Fall Championship, Fall Tournament. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're in week 1. We're not in the championships just yet. Hot shot with a shot there. Darty able to get a good touch on it and send it wide, keep it out in front of the net. Winter trying to clear, but just can't quite get enough on it. And another difference I'm seeing is I feel like Salisbury are losing the battle for the boosts. They're not able to get the gold, and so they don't have the resources they need to really challenge. I think staying on top of those corner boosts in particular will help them to, get the speed, get that jump on the ball they need to wrestle possession away.
I think that's really good catch, Oscar, because it does seem that there is a lot of boost in play for Forest Hill. That's another great shot from Vaco right in the left corner. It's really difficult for the goalkeeper because the goalkeeper kind of has to preemptively guess where it's going because of how fast the shot is. Really difficult save to make, but it's a great shot from Vaco.
Very similar to a penalty, right? I mean, your goalie kind of has to guess and jump before the shot hits. Winter caught a little bit flat-footed on that one. And that's what I mean, you guess, like, at least start to go left or right. Otherwise, it doesn't matter, if you try to react to it, as you said, the shot's just too fast. Vaco coming down, looking to try to beat Echo, and does. That's Vaco's 7th goal of the game.
It says on the stats bar right at the bottom. I think that's actually Vaco's 9th. I think we're losing time.
There's just so many, I'm losing track. Was it 9?
Yeah.
Oh my
I think
goodness.
It's 9. Vaco's just been on fire this series. I think now as well. We can kind of say this game 1 is probably over. I don't imagine 14 goals being scored in 28 seconds. Someone's chanting winnable in the call right now, right? Or in the background, right? I think this might be 15. Good save there from Echo. And
nice.
I actually built an attack. Is there going to be a chance here?
I'm kind of rooting for. I can't feel they're a little bit the underdog right now. I'd love to see him get the goose egg off the board at least. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Hey, winners get angry. That's what you do. Get angry. Go in there and get the demo. I like it. Hey, game 1 in the books. You're right. Look at that. 9 goals. God, we couldn't keep track of all of them. 13 shots for Vaco alone. Looking at 25 shots total.
Fair, let's look at the positives for Salisbury. They did get a shot away already around the 2.5 minute mark. And it was a pretty good play, actually. They played it off the side. They got it in from the left-hand side. It was a good shot. It was on target. Good save as well from Vaco, the player that we seem to be mentioning a lot more now. And then let's talk about Salisbury's esports program, what they can do, what they can go from here. We're going to be seeing them a lot this season. And I think since, this is the first fall season of the esports company, it's right that we encourage these teams and these programs to get better and try and help them get better as we go through the season. But what would be really, really frustrating, right? And I say this every single time I see a team starting afresh in the collegiate high school scene, is if they don't develop over the course of the season, they don't utilize their potential, that's when I'll maybe start to get critical, a little bit frustrated with them. So if we don't see Salisbury improve over the course of the season, then I might be a little bit maybe irritated that they're not unleashing their potential. Because but what we've seen in that game, yes, they lost 14-0, but they did get a shot away. They did defend well at points, right? There is a little bit of potential there. And if they don't get that later in the year, then I will be a little bit annoyed.
Well, this is a learning experience, right? I mean, this is an
Yeah, 100%.
opportunity to play against some of the best in high school from around your state. So an opportunity you don't get very often. It's something. The best way to take advantage of that is to just try to hone your skills, try to improve, try to learn everything you can from each individual game. And hey, I mean, the score is 0-0 slated. Well, it was for the opening 6 seconds. I figured out my math issue there. I actually attributed a goal to Mega in there in game one. That was Vaco's. So that's where my math went a little off there in game one. I just realized that.
Yeah. Okay. We see a new player come in for the lineup of Salisbury. They're going to bring in Pa or PA. And to replace Winter just for this round. We'll see how they get on in this round.
Vaco coming in early. Look at that off the wall. Beautiful stuff.
You can make as many roster changes as you want in mid-match, but Vaco is still going to be there. You still have to play against Vaco.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, and that's just maybe just trying to give everybody some play time, get everybody that valuable learning experience on the pitch. And I think that's a good move. Oh, it was dark. He almost got in front of that. Read the play beautifully. Just couldn't quite position in front of the ball.
Positioning from Mega Blazik in there. Just the kind of read. It's safe, right? It'll bounce out to them. It hits off the post. It'll bounce out to the right. And if it goes left, then there's a chance for the ball to come back in. Mega Blazik. Really good offensive positioning. And you know what? This is a learning experience, and it's important that it's viewed as a learning experience. Everyone's going to get that experience in game, and that's the best experience you can get in game competing. And you know what? It's also important to not discourage. They go and maybe review this game, see what their opponents are doing better than them, try and learn as much as possible, because that's what we want to see later in the year. We want to see a better Salisbury team.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. We saw PA kind of driving around in the net there. Like, don't lose hope. Don't give up. All right, there you go. Getting aggressive off the face-off. That's what I want to see. I think we saw Vaco there also steal a goal from Mega on that last one. And Vaco had a slight ball hog there. All right, Echo. Get in front of that one. Nice. Good save. One out of the net. Now let's pursue. Dark G needs to stay on the ball. Doesn't quite get the read on it. I think to try to get more comfortable in the air would really benefit the squad as well. Doing some practices, doing some training exercises to get them more comfortable with playing this ball in the air and using their boost.
Yeah, 100%. That would definitely be a better idea. Even just have them drive around for a while and catching boost. I think we talked about their boost play earlier, about them not getting enough boost. Or stealing enough boost from their opponents. Even just get them comfortable driving around the map, stealing boost, flipping around. That would also help them if they want to play a ground game. If they don't really think they could get their aerial skills up this season, then that would be another alternative.
Right, because there's a lot of different ways. You don't have to just be expert shooters, as far as individual mechanics to win Rocket League games. There's a lot of different strategies that can give you the edge, and denying resources is certainly a great one at that. So I agree with you wholeheartedly there. Oh, just not quite able to get in front of it. Vaco just dancing around the opposition right now. Going up top. Hot shot with the setup. Mega with the follow through. All three players from Forest Hills getting involved in that one.
Yeah, nice. Good ball in. Puts into the dangerous area. I like that second touch from Hot Shot, right?
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't think it's needed, but it's a nice little touch to make it more difficult for the defenders. So, credit to Hot Shot on that touch.
Shot went in the face-off. Just getting that jump, pushes it into the corner. Echo pushes it off the wall, but the ball is going to land right back in Forest Hills' possessions, and they convert immediately. Hot Shot able to read that with a beautifully accurate shot coming out of the corner. Look at that angle. That's such a tough angle. You're going up at it, bounces it off the front left headlight of the car. Drops it right in that far post.
think to develop this Salisbury roster, like setting some realistic targets each series. For example, in this series, getting a goal or at least a couple of shots, it's a realistic target for them, right? And if they can hit those targets, that might be critical to their development. So that, let's say right now we set them a target of getting a goal or defensively conceding less than 10 in one of the games. That would be nice, and that would help them develop because if they could hit those goals later in the season or even just now, that would be really nice for them.
I mean, even just getting a couple of like consecutive shots, even if they're forcing the defense to get in position, they're forcing the defense to make the saves and deny the ball. Just getting a couple consecutive shots on, learning your positioning to follow up on your teammates' rebounds and getting the reads on offense would really go a long way. A dangerous bounce. Echo's not able to get turned around in time.
Another thing I have to credit, actually, but this is on the Center Forest Hill. They weren't playing with their food at all. They're going for this win. They want to win by as many as possible. They want to make a statement. And, sometimes with younger players, in particular high school players and collegiate players, you see teams play with their food a bit, and it's not beneficial for you, no one learns, it's not beneficial for them, and it's not what it's been like, right? But here, Forest Hill, they're going at it, they're going to go try and win by as many as possible.
I agree. I mean, it's honorable. Like, it may look a little bit like a blowout, but they're not going to underestimate everybody. They're going to play every team the same. They're going to give every team the respect of they're going to do their best every time. And there is a lot of honor in that. And like you say, it's not something you see in esports all the time, or any kind of competition for that matter, not just esports.
You know what's awesome? With all these teams playing against each other, they have a chance to develop esports in Pennsylvania, right? Because they're all so local to each other, if they can all perform and help each other get stronger, they develop esports in their region as they know it, and create more opportunities for each other as they go on.
And more notoriety for their scene, as we see Vaco pick up yet another there. And that's one of those, just classic, a high tide raises all ships kind of scenario. And it really just will improve the quality for the entire state. So this is it can be a little hard to watch, particularly if you're a Salisbury Elk Lick fan. But this sharpening of the swords is really good for their entire scene. Vaco coming up with yet another one. Definitely a player we'll be keeping our eye on throughout this fall season.
14 goals so far this series for Vaco.
14 goals. That's how you want to open up the season.
Gonna look good on the scoring charts at least.
Padding those stats. Some big old pads on those stats. Mattress size pads. Nice deflection there. Salisbury's able to send that one wide, so he gets a possession. Nice little tap. Vaco is able to come in and steal it, but I like the idea. And look at the aggression. All right, getting a demo in.
That was cool.
That was cool. That was cool. I was...
Touch from Vaco. Right in the blaze again.
a little pinch play on the ball there.
Yeah, it was really cool. Really, really nice play from Vaco and Blaziken. They seem to have some really good synergy.
I would like to see more demos, more aggression coming out from Salisbury as well. Like, don't be afraid to get in their face.
I think that's a type of playstyle and something you need to work into your game when you have a little bit more confidence, though, right?
Sure.
I feel like some of the other things that we have talked about might be something you develop first, and then we look at demos, because demos are quite hard. There's one there from Echo, and actually it's got them quite a lot of space. You can see the benefit that demo gave to the Salisbury lineup.
Yeah, immediately giving them some room to work. And that gives you the opportunity to steal some of those resources as well. Ooh, hot shot with the slam coming in from the air.
I mean, even just developing across the board would help them a lot. Let's be fair, we're at 12-0 scenario, right? 12-0. It's less than it was up 14 in the last game, so some improvements there.
We have 15 seconds left. Here, game 2. As Salisbury have kind of just turtled up. They're going to go ahead and give up that 13th goal. Hey, this is also an opportunity for them to show the quality of their character. Don't throw in the towel. Like, keep giving it your all. I mean, you get knocked down, just stand right back up.
Yeah, I think instead of going defensive here, they'd be better off going for kickoff trying to disgruntle their opponents. I think that would be a better idea because they're back to 14-0 now. I tell you what, if you go for those kickoffs, you at least make it a little bit of a different scenario each time off those kickoffs. You give them a lot more space than they really deserve, and that's why they conceded 2 in such quick succession there.
I mean, at the very least, you prevent the goals and get out of there a little quicker. Like don't prolong. If you're you're hurting, you're discouraged. You can don't prolong that. No.
Yeah, I mean consistency for Forest Hills 14. No, in both matches so far. And
Indeed.
I mean, Vako shared the goals around this time.
Indeed, yeah. 5, 4, and 5. Nicely distributed. Nicely distributed there.
Look at the shots. Look at that.
Yeah, it was
What is
25
that?
in game 1, 23 in game 2 here.
That's a lot of shots.
Tons of shots.
That's a lot of shots.
Tons of shots. And unfortunately, Salisbury Elk, like not able to get any of that possession converted into shots there in game 2. Really not sure what else to say to that other than I want to see their tenacity. I want to see their heart right now, and not give up. We've pointed out a lot of things that we think might help them to improve. I really want to see them persevere and just give it all they got.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, there is an improvement in the stats. So I'm just kind of looking at the amount of saves they made. I think they made 2, and they started 1 in the first round. So I think that's a small improvement that they made. I think they did make some tougher saves, which demonstrated a little bit of improvement on mechanical skill and just a little bit of game sense experience going up. And I think actually the amount of saves they made went up because they had the experience of kind of getting beat down in the first round of the series.
Right. And I think 1T Echo has definitely shown that there is some prowess there. There's potential on this squad, no doubt. And I think that player can kind of help lead in game. I didn't see a captain listed for this roster, but it seems like Echo is the one kind of setting the
It
pace
is
for this
Echo
team.
on my list. So yeah, I think it is
Okay,
actually
okay.
Echo. So I think they need to actually enhance that and make sure everyone knows Echo's the gamer in game. You listen to them, right? They're the one that's going to bring the team further.
And I think that leadership role is important, and that can also help with the development of the squad. So it looks like we're going to go ahead and throw to a quick intermission while we iron out game 3. We will be back with you in just a moment with more details. All right. Unfortunately, Salisbury, Oakley have thrown in the towel here. They decided they not want another 14-0 shellacking for game three and have gone ahead and decided to forfeit the rest of the match. So that is a 3-0 victory to Forest Hills. I look forward to seeing their growth throughout the season. I'm confident that they will continue to improve week in and week out.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we want to see here in this league. We want to see esports develop across Pennsylvania because we've been involved in esports in a while. I already know of a couple esports individuals from Pennsylvania, so it'd be like we would like to see that number increase, especially when I come from an area over here in Northern Ireland in the UK, which I think there's just me and a couple of pro players, right, from the esports scene here. It's always nice to see these scenes grow. And let's recap the tape because I think that's always important. The first game of the fall season that we saw live between Penn, Trafford, and Somerset was an absolute thrower, to be honest. One of the best high school Rocket League games I've seen, right? It was
Really
awesome. We
good.
got two really good clash of styles, two really strong teams. One liked to control the ball, control possession. One crazy and chaotic, likes to make plays. We saw Penn Trafford take that with some chaotic and awesome plays from It's Still in particular, so credit to It's Still. And later in the day, we saw a bit of a thrashing between Salisbury and Forest Hill. Forest Hill picking up two 14-0 victories before Salisbury throwing in the tile. But we look forward to seeing Salisbury's growth throughout the season.
And I did going back to highlight the Penn Trafford Somerset game. Two of those four games went into overtime. Game four, Somerset started with the lead. Penn Trafford able to tie it up and then win game four in overtime. I mean, that was a super tight series. Some really strong squads there we're going to be keeping our eye on. And then our other two squads competing in Rocket League needed to reschedule their match. So that was between Berlin Brothers Valley and Bishop Carroll. That match will take place on Thursday at 3:30 Eastern. So if you're fans of those schools, looking for those squads, be sure and tune in then. Otherwise, for the rest of the week, we've got Overwatch coming at you tomorrow, also at 3:30 Eastern. And then starting next week on Monday, we'll have Valorant for you at the same time, here at the same place at the Tech High School League Twitch channel. Be sure and drop a follow. Also, while you're at it, go drop a follow on Twitter. That's TEC High School on Twitter. And keep up to date with all the scores, everything that's happening, schedules, and all that. But with that, I mean, any closing thoughts on day one here, Ocean?
Just excited for the rest of the season. We're going to get to see some young, essentially kids, players, right? We're going to get to see them express themselves to the world, and that's just a magical thing. So thanks to Esports Company for running this event, and it's going to be a great season.
Yeah, I look forward to watching the growth of these young talented stars. And I can't wait to see how this season progresses. But with that, we will bid you to have a wonderful rest of your day. Look out for each other at Gaming Out, and we'll see you tomorrow with some Overwatch.